For the past few years or so, you've probably noticed significant growth in the amount of Battle Royale games and game modes that are available to play. These styles of modes have been around for a long time, and have been seen in various forms such as Minecraft Survival Games mode, which happens to be the first version I played back in 2012, GTA 5's adversary modes, and H1Z1, which is arguably one of the biggest games to kick off this genre. Many different companies have attempted to create Battle Royale modes and game modes, some successful and others less so. But when discussing BR, the ones which are the biggest and most well known are of course Fortnite, Warzone and Apex Legends. Each of these games takes the BR genre and turns it on its head and adds its own sense of uniqueness to the mode. Fortnite is the one that everyone's heard of, from your gran to your boss to your neighbour's dog. You'd have to have been living under a rock to not have heard of Fortnite, and for good reason. Epic took the classic Battle Royale formula and made it better through its various chapters, seasons and incredible in-game events, which have all led to the game's major success. Although some see it as somewhat cool to hate on Fortnite, no one can deny that what Epic have done is absolutely incredible. The same rings true of Call of Duty's Warzone. Infinity Ward took the idea of Battle Royale game modes and added their own style to it. Warzone has its money system, which allows players to buy kill streaks, armour, gas tanks, custom loadouts from their own main multiplayer classes, and most importantly, teammates can be bought back. Speaking of which, the other unique feature of Warzone is the Gulag. It lets players 1v1 each other for a chance to respawn back into the map. Warzone's money system makes the game so much more fun than just the classic BR mode. Last but not least, Respawn's Apex Legends has its own distinct identity through its character classes and special abilities, which makes every match feel individual and like no other. It surprises me that not many other BR games have included this feature, seeing as it can provide endless possibilities for players and ideas for developers. It personally makes me somewhat nostalgic for games such as Team Fortress 2. I know the two games aren't really that similar, but the individual personalities of each of the characters just reminds me of this in a way. Now, there's one main thing all three of these games have in common, which I want to quickly note, and it's not just that they're all Battle Royale modes. The one shared attribute of these three game modes is that all of them were, in a way, an afterthought from what's already an existing game. You've probably played Fortnite enough to just click Battle Royale in the main menu, without even paying attention to the icon for Save the World, the main game which is created by Epic. Fortnite Save the World is a PvE zombie style survival mode, which in my opinion is actually quite fun to play, and was originally what Fortnite was designed to be, with the Battle Royale mode added in later as a kind of bonus mode. However, the BR gained traction and now Save the World is actually seen by most as the bonus mode that you can buy for Fortnite. BR in Call of Duty is also somewhat an afterthought. Black Ops 4 came out and it was, well, not worth discussing directly. However, the game also included Blackout as a bonus mode for players, which was Treyarch's and overall Call of Duty's first attempt at Battle Royale. Now, Blackout was in no way bad, but it was nowhere near as good as Fortnite, which is why it can be assumed that Infinity Ward began development of Warzone earlier, so as it could be perfected for its release sometime after Modern Warfare came out. But again, Battle Royale in Call of Duty is almost an afterthought of sorts. Of course, the same thing can be said about Apex Legends, although I will note that it's really speculation on my part and some stuff I've seen around the internet, so take it with a grain of salt. Titanfall 2 released a few years before Apex Legends, and it was in my opinion one of the best games that year, and definitely had one of the best stories. Apex Legends, being a Respawn game, of course feels quite similar to Titanfall, and has some shared animations and abilities and such, excluding some big ones such as wall running and of course Titans. I've seen people speculate around the internet that Apex is actually going to be a game mode which is added on to Titanfall 2, as an update or a DLC of some sort, with Titanfall 3 beginning development after. But when Battle Royale modes began to get a lot bigger, Respawn or EA decided that Apex should be released as its own standalone game. Now, whether or not there's any truth in this is difficult to judge, and it's possible that people saying this are just using it to make themselves feel better for there not being a Titanfall 3 yet, which personally I also really want there to be. Now, you may have read the title and wondered how any of this is relevant to why Battle Royale games are important. All I've done is give the history of the games, and I might be better speculating the next big BR game and what it needs to include, using the information I've already given. Well, if you thought that, then holy shit, you're spot on. That is exactly what this was originally going to be. But then the pandemic happened, and whilst we've all been stuck inside, my mind began to wander a bit, and some thoughts crossed my mind. If you go to the front page of many gaming journalist sites or the YouTube gaming page, what you'll see more often than not is something about Battle Royale games. If you go onto Twitter or Facebook or TikTok, you'll see funny videos and skits about buying teammates back in Warzone or about destroying buildings in Fortnite. This is not only a testament to how big these games are, it's a sign of how these games are impacting people's lives for the better. While in lockdown, finding something to keep yourself entertained is beyond difficult, and being sat inside, potentially alone, can have major effects on a person's mental health. So having an escape in gaming, and more specifically right now Battle Royale games, is what's keeping many people sane. These games are bringing people together and helping people survive and giving everyone something they can enjoy. And that to me is what's beautiful about this genre, and about gaming overall. It can give people something to live for and a reason to survive. Fortnite and the other games have taken the world by storm. I said before that everyone has heard of it, everyone knows about it. Look at the summer of Pokemon Go a few years back. People were brought together by their mutual love of gaming and Pokemon, and people were working together to play the game, and were showing off their collections to everyone else. What's difficult to see is that right now the same kind of thing is happening, but instead of Pokemon it's Battle Royale, and instead of going to parks and walks together, we're inside, and we're working together to get through this pandemic, and to find comfort in the things we love the most. And that is the reason why Battle Royale games are so important.